So I think our statement stands. The Tetons do not disappoint.
Definitely not. Hello.
How's my hair?
It's good.
No, I don't think so. I just took a shower. This never looks good after a shower.
It looks fine. Well, now it doesn't look good. I just fixed it.
Fine.
Sebastian's got the fire going so that we can cook some tuna and some not marshmallows.
That's not tuna.
It's not tuna.
Take two.
Take two. So we're here. What did I say last time? Is it okay?
I don't know.
Oh.
Take three?
Take three. So we're here for a little bit of a fireside chat. Sebastian has the fire going so that we can cook some lovely swordfish steaks and some mushrooms for dinner, which I'm really excited about because we haven't had fish in a long time because we didn't want to cook it and have the whole trailer smell like fish.
I think I had fish 4 days ago.
You did, but no, somebody else cooked it.
Yeah. We ordered takeout.
We ordered takeout. We wanted to catch up with you guys a little bit because we haven't really recorded us saying anything for quite a while. And that's because most of the last 4 or 5 days or so have been driving around getting situated in the Grand Tetons. We stayed for 2 nights in Swan Valley in a little campground to the southwest of the Tetons. And it was kind of hairy getting there, and that it was the first time that we took the trailer off-roading, kind of. It was a gravel road.
It was a dirt road.
It was a dirt road.
It was a dirt road.
Yeah, and it was
It was
hilly.
fine.
It wasn't flat.
The only tricky bit was all of the washboard,
And there was a lot of washboard.
which just meant that when we arrived, it's like having an earthquake inside the trailer.
Yeah, definitely.
We couldn't figure out how certain things had fallen because they were inside the sink with a cover on the sink, and then when we arrived, they were on the ground.
Once we got there, it was quite lovely. The campground was quiet and it was off a river. It had the most ravenous mosquitoes we've ever
It was insane.
encountered in our lives.
So I took Marley out for a walk that first evening. It was around sunset, which was a mistake, to be fair. But we didn't know it was going to be, Mosquito Valley. And I came back after, I don't think I was gone half an hour. I think I was gone 15
it was
minutes,
more
maybe.
like a long 10 minutes.
Yeah. At one point in time, I ran with Marley to get away from a swarm of mosquitoes around me. And when I got back to the trailer, I don't know how many bites did I have. 10,
you
20?
had 3 on your eye.
Yeah, I did have 3 right around my eye, which were kind of
I'd never
cool
seen
looking.
before. It looked like he got punched in the face.
Yeah, they were swelling.
Yeah.
They were fairly swollen.
So
But I think
that was
anyway.
an encounter. But other than that, it was very quiet. Yeah, it was lovely. So we stayed there for a couple of nights while we got a lay of the land to see what the first come first serve campgrounds were. And so the second day that we were here, we did a lot of driving. The campsite that we were at,
I drove more the second day. So without the trailer, this is just a Jeep to go to different campsites. I think I drove more that day than I did the previous day, which was a travel day
yes,
with the trailer. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yes. We drove from our campsite to the Jenny Lake Grand Teton Visitor Center, which was a 2-hour drive. We drove through Jackson on the way there. Actually, first we did the Teton Pass.
Well, that's right.
We had heard a lot about. It's switchbacks at a 10% grade for 5 miles, both up and down.
Right. It would have been challenging. So I do most of the judging of our towing situation with the vehicle based on transmission temperature. Engine temp is actually perfectly fine on the Jeep. It has an oversized radiator, so the radiator is fine, the fan is fine, but the transmission temperature, even though it has a transmission cooler, transmission temperature I've noticed is the first one to get hot. So I watched that as we went up and down the pass without the trailer behind us, and it got about as hot as I like to let it get when we are towing with a trailer.
Yes.
In general, it was a hot day, and it was midday. It was like 86 degrees, I think, and we were going, up at 10% grade. So it would have been challenging with the trailer, and we decided not to do that later on. It would have made it fine. We just would have had to pull over a few times to let things cool off as we went up. And then interestingly, I also learned that your transmission can heat up even as you go down and you are engine braking, because the same frictions that cause heating going uphill also cause heating inside the transmission going downhill. So it would have been tricky to manage the transmission temperature, engine temperature, and brake temperature as we decide to smoke ourselves instead of cooking dinner tonight.
Yes. Is the fire ready?
Yeah, this is probably when we want to do that.
All right, let's do it. We're back again after putting our food on the fire. So after we did the Teton Pass, which was experience, we came down into Jackson and Jackson Hole, which is an adorable little town. It's not touristy, it's not gimmicky.
Yeah, no, I think we really enjoyed Jackson.
We really like Jackson.
There's a lot of great places to eat. All of the restaurants are local. There's almost 0 chains.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really enjoy it. One of the reasons we really like this campsite actually is because we are about 20 minutes away from Jackson.
Yep. So after going through Jackson, we went to Jenny Lake Visitor Center to check out the situation, and we learned that there were 3, we thought, very possible places for us to camp on a first come first serve basis
In Grand Teton
in the
National
actual
Park.
national park.
The actual national park. We were not in the national park before. We were
No.
a good hour and a half or more away from all of the trailheads that we were excited about.
So when we pulled into Gross Venture, we talked to the park ranger and we said, what are our chances of getting a site tomorrow, which was a Wednesday? She said, yeah, if you're here by 7:30, we open at 8, you'll get a spot.
We also got an informative magazine from the visitor center, which had the average fill times for all of the campgrounds during what I think is non-peak COVID time of year. And normally this campground fills by the afternoon, I think it said.
Yeah, it was
and they
something
had like
1 or
rough
2.
times for all of the other ones. But given the popularity of the national parks this summer, this one I think they said fills by noon. And if you want a spot, you generally want to be here when it opens. Oh, we have some sticking of our swordfish.
Oh,
But
that's
it
a
looks pretty
beautiful
good.
piece.
So anyway, we were told to be here by 7:30 if we wanted to make sure that we had a site. And so that's what we did the next day.
Which, since we were
Yeah,
a good hour and a half
And
outside,
we wanted to make sure that we had time, so
we ended up getting up at 5 a.m. to
leave by 5:30.
leave by 5:30. We hooked up the whole night before.
And coincidentally, it was also our first time towing in the dark off-road. I think it was fine. We did not take the Teton Pass to get here. That would have been an hour and a half drive. We took the southern route. I don't know if it has a name, but that was an hour and 45 minutes. So I figured for an extra 15 minutes, no big deal. We'll go the long way. So we went around and we got here at 7:30. We got here like 7:15. we got here 15 minutes early, and we were like number 10 in line.
Yep.
Of those 10, more than half were towing RVs. So we just hung out for about 45 minutes until the campground opened at 8. As we've learned, one of the benefits of towing an RV is that when you're stuck somewhere, you have your home with you. So you can go in the RV, you can sit down at the table, you can eat breakfast if you want to, you can use the bathroom. Everything's more or less as if you were at a campground. You have most of the comforts of home, even when waiting 45 minutes
On the side of the road.
on the side of the road for the campground to open. Anyway, so we waited. At 8 o'clock they opened. We pulled in, set up, and went to sleep.
Yeah, we definitely took a nap.
We've lost track of that. That day was a lost day, unfortunately, because of the moving.
Yep.
Fast forward to today.
We went for a really good one. Our food is ready right now. We will be back after we have eaten.
Altitude is no joke.
Oh boy. we sat down for a quick snack. And we thought, well, the good view's behind us, so, you know, we don't really have a view, and I was just looking down. But then I looked up, and I saw that. And then Jillian said, you could also look to your right. And then I saw that. So, I think our statement stands. The Tetons do not disappoint.
Definitely not. We are currently walking towards Hidden Falls, and Sebastian and I were just having a very interesting conversation. We're getting a lot of really great views of the cliff faces in between the trees. There's always trees in the way. You never know when you're gonna get a good view. I don't know what we need to do about this to fix this situation, but seriously, it's too many trees sometimes. I gotta say, I am a kid in a candy store today. This has been such a great hike, and we're not even done yet. We saw a moose on the way up, which was amazing. I was so excited to see a moose. And then now we're sitting at Hidden Falls, which is what's behind me, and you might not be able to hear over me because it's so loud, and it's such a beautiful falls. I'm in heaven.